from the inside, they battling with pride. Is it cause I'm fly and I'm doing big numbers? Got you still mad for the last 6 summers. Favor from the Lord, you can't take this from us. Overcome your flesh, you should take tips from us. I run it back, pause, run it back, pause. Let me say it this way, take gifts from us. Put in work, chef, nothing like them lip runners. The internet, they thugs, in life they like gunners. Lord, don't let them fake J dwell among us. Take them from they hate and awake them from they slumber. Before you kick them out of the faith, like punters. I pray they okay, see the light before the thunder ends. When they go low, I go to the most high. Man, they hate chef, I don't even know why. Why they mad though, they don't even know I. It's from the inside, they battling with pride. When they go low, I go to the most high. Man, they hate chef, I don't even know why. Why they mad though, they don't even know I. It's from the inside, they battling with pride. Damn, why they so emotional? This truth starting to feel like it's the Oprah show. And we supposed to be brothers with the open quotes. But niggas fighting for the power like they close to ghosts. And that's why I keep the tall me under the tall me. And chef like the Navy, more like the Army. And shout out to the priest, see he tried to warn me that brothers front too, and they never was for me. Why? I thought that we could all be friends. Then I thought again, and I went and bought a Benz. The S500, 2024, no extra miles on it. I'm blessed and while anointed. That's why I keep my eyes on the heels of Yahweh. Cause he's the designer, though the devil wears Prada. In a blue dress, I never dance with her. I tell her I'm too blessed. All praises to the Father. When they go low, I go to the most high. Man, they hate chef, I don't even know why. Why they mad though, they don't even know I. It's from the inside, they battling with pride. When they go low, I go to the most high. Man, they hate chef, I don't even know why. Why they mad though, they don't even know I. It's from the inside, they battling with pride.
Toast, 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 toast. Yo, let's make a toast to completing the goals we set to do or be stuck in the hole. It's a marathon, not a race. Stick with the pace and stay in your place. It's champagne for this celebration. I'm full of light like it's dedication. Yahweh's laws is my meditation and my legislation. I do this for fun and not for the funds. They call me a shield in Hebrew, a gun. Protecting my energy, pray for my enemies, blessing the fam. Send me the Addy, I'm there. Hustling hard, collecting my shares. If it ain't truth, you know I don't care. Evil is something I feel in the air. To whom it may concern. Y'all talk dollars, not wisdom. Nah, I ain't respecting it. Trying to play the most high, like you won't get checked in your residence. Corny Instagram clowns, swearing like we ain't out here getting it. These dudes ain't getting the money I'm getting, so when they talk cash, it's irrelevant. I'm riding clean in the Range Rover. You played yourself, now it's game over. The red dot in between the shoulders to the booster shot. I ain't talking COVID. When the cards is dealt, you gotta deal with it. Shout out to the ones that's real with it. When it's time for war, they in the field with it. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers, put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers, put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers, put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers, put your cups in the air. You get what you give, so put in the work. Afterwards, you enjoyed all the perks. Actions always speak louder than words. You talking too much, you just wanna be heard. If you're doing good, keep your prayers up. If you're doing bad, keep your prayers up. During hard times, yeah, I know it's tough, but you gotta get up. Fool me once, that's shame on you. Fool me twice, that's shame on me. The sermon is key, my wrist is on freeze. Feeling like it's below 0 degrees. The more that I see, the more that I learn. You're not in your grind, and bridges will burn. Recognize when it's your time. Everybody get a turn. Do your thing when it's showtime. I rip hard when it's go time. I'm praising Yahweh to kingdom come. And the Mashiach Yahweh Shai is son. As soon as he come, the wicked is done. Don't matter the place or set that you from. Don't matter the place or set that you from. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers, put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A A toast to all of my people, cheers, put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers, put your cups in the air. You on the Lord's side, step over here. You on the world's side, step over there. A toast to all of my people, cheers, put your cups in the air. Put your cups in the air. Put your cups in the air.
Shalom, shalom to the 12 tribes. All praises to the Most High. By way of his son Yahushua, thankful for another Sabbath. Just glad to be here, man. Glad to be here in front of y'all. Got the brother Yahshua that's going to be bringing out the class tonight. So I'm going to let him go on to kick it off. Just wanted to say shalom to y'all brothers and sisters. And Shar Shabbat. Go ahead, King.
Shalom, shalom. Give me all honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God of Yahweh. And that his son, Malak Yahushai, the true King of Israel. And I want to say shalom to my brother, Debak, man. Thanks for being on here with me. And I want to give a shout out. And give honors unto our prophets and our apostles who laid their lives down to make sure we get this word today. And to all the elders before us that translate the words and make sure that we understand it. I also want to give a shout out to all the hardworking fathers out there that work hard, provide, as well as to protect their families and nurture them in the scriptures. And also want to give a shout out to the mighty mothers out there, sisters. That's also holding the households down, keeping the households clean, nice cooked food, reverencing their husbands, having that meek spirit towards them, and keeping the children in line. And I also want to give a shout out to our little ones out there that's always wearing their fringes, no matter if they're getting teased, and always obeying their parents and doing as they say do, and knowing that they're being led in the right direction. Right? So today I want to give this lesson on judge righteously. And lately, right now, we've been seeing a lot of things going on in Israel, foolishness, and also some false doctrine going around. But all that I can say on that is, man, just pray and make sure you stand on the right path and sticking to sound doctrine as we have been taught. We know that our elders don't teach us nothing wrong. And if they have, then just forgive them. And just always remember that there's nobody in Israel that's above correction. Nobody. That's not, man, we talk about judging righteously. Man, we've seen some harsh judgments going around, finger pointing, false accusations, everything. And, it just needs to come to a stop, man. It's irksome, man. It gets on my nerves. When I see somebody saying something about this person, that person, this camp, that camp, falsely, and like as if they was handling what they and wasn't even a part of them. Or even around that person when they did this or did that. And don't get me wrong, I ain't saying don't judge nobody, but at the same time I'm saying this is what this lesson about. Make a righteous judgment. Judge righteously. As our foremothers and forefathers had done in the past. And except for when they, judge your house shy. Well, that's a whole nother topic. But anyway, to start this off with, man, we're going to go to Matthew chapter 7, verse 1. Because this right here needs to be touched because a lot of people really get this mixed up. a lot of worldly people, man. This is sad, man. If you were out there in the world, you're watching this, you need to hear this. So let's go to Matthew chapter 7, verse 1.
Okay, I'm sharing the screen right now. All right, it's lucky for the hold up, y'all. Here we go. All right, this is the book of Matthew, chapter 7, starting at verse number 1. Judge not, that ye be not judged.
I pay attention to that. It says, judge not, that ye be not judged. Why is that? Let's find out why. Let's go to the next scripture. Read on.
For with what judgment ye judge, ye shall be judged. And with what measure ye meet, it shall be measured to you again.
So
And
basically, I guess basically that saying is whatever judgment you bring with that whatever like judgment you bring with that other judgment is gonna be come back onto you twice. Read on.
and why beholdest thou the mote that is in thy brother's eye, but considerest not the beam that is in thy own eye?
You see that right there? That person may be doing something. Like for example, if he a thief, but you may do something one time, but at the same time you a bigger thief. That's why you might got that little small little mote in his eye, but you understand you got the whole beam, that whole log in yours. Read on.
Or how wilt thou say to thy brother, let me pull out the mote out of thine eye, and behold, a beam is in thy own eye?
You see that right there? How you gonna sit and say they ain't put this little small thing out of your eye, but then yet you got this big old thing in your eye? Read on.
Thou hypocrite, first cast out the beam of thy own eye, and then shalt thou see clearly to cast out the mote of thy brother's eye.
First of all, get yourself right. First of all, you stop stealing. You stop fornicating. You stop eating the shrimp, crab, pork, and lobster. And not just only stop doing, but stop doing it permanently. And then once you get yourself in order, then you get that out of, then you take care of your brother and tell him not to stop doing these things. Tell him to stop doing these things. Then you tell him or her, hey, you need to do this. Stop doing this and stop doing that. That's when you do that. But if you sitting there doing the same thing that person doing, you ain't got nothing. You shouldn't have nothing coming out your mouth. All that you got in your mouth is, hey man, how do I get right? I need to get myself right before I think about judging somebody else on what they doing or about somebody else doing. So don't get this twisted. This does not say don't judge. This saying is don't be a hypocritical judge. Just like it says the same thing in Romans chapter 2, verse 1, if I'm right. 2.
You want me to grab it?
You ain't gotta grab it.
Okay.
Be a righteous judge. Be a righteous judge. But don't be a hypocritical judge. But we already know how the Most High feels about that, especially Yahweh's side, which we go get into that later. If the Most High say the same. All right, now let's go to the book of John, chapter 7, verse 24.
All right, it's the book of John, chapter 7, starting at verse number 24. Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment.
You hear that? Yahweh said, judge not according to appearances. You don't judge nobody off their clothes. You don't judge nobody on how the way they walk or the way they move or their movements or whatever. You gotta judge righteous judgment. You gotta judge them off of sometimes what you see them. I'm gonna say this: judge them off of what you see them do, But at the same time, not judge. You judge them off of the inside, the inner parts. Judge them on that. You don't judge them off of, oh man, he got some raggedy clothes. He probably don't, you know what I'm saying? His clothes raggedy, and you don't even know what that person's going through. And you judge somebody because they might do bad in one area and be like, oh man, he ain't got enough wisdom, he ain't got no knowledge. You don't know what that man has up here. That's why we gotta be careful when we judge somebody. Very careful. Yeah, you got anything you want to add on the buck?
Yeah, I was just gonna add, you gotta look at this from the standpoint of Yahushua as well, right? Because look at every time the Sadducees and Pharisees tried to trip him up, you know what I'm saying? Especially the time when it came down to whether or not Yahushua was breaking the Sabbath, right? Just because it appears that he was breaking the Sabbath, Yahushua is literally telling us right here, hey, judge righteous judgment. This is why he went into the whole thing of what David did with the showbread and how he was saying, hey, that was technically unlawful for him to do, right? That is literally, you know, and that's why I just say it's technical, but it actually wasn't counted as sin unto David, right? For multiple reasons. We're not going to necessarily get into that. But, you know, brothers and sisters should know. But at the end of the day, you know, just because it appears as someone is breaking the Sabbath, right? Unless you know for 100% fact that they're breaking the Sabbath, hey, don't judge according to what it appeared to be. You know what I'm saying? So literally do like a class, a title of a class that I name, right? Believe only half of what you see. You know what I'm saying? And you know, that's with anything. Just because you see something, hey, things ain't always what they appear. And I'll end there.
Everything is not always what they appear to be. That's why sometimes you got to go. It'd be best if you go ask a person and see what's going on. Then you give your judgment after that.
Okay.
But yeah, the Pharisees, boy, those some slick bastards, and boy, they try to trip your house out many times. I mean, which is pretty stupid. Your house out way wiser and smarter than them. I thought, look where he came from.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 6, verse 25.
All right. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 6 and verse number 25. And it shall be our righteousness if we observe to do all these commandments before the Lord our God, as he hath commanded us.
You said it right there. The commandments is our righteousness. And that's how we're going to be judged. So we are told to judge others righteously. This is how we do it, by the commandments. But if you got your little silly, stupid pastor tell you that the laws are done away with, now how'd you go judge? How'd you go know how to judge them? When you ain't got the knowledge that comes from here on how to judge.
Or what to judge them on.
Exactly. They said the laws done away with. Okay, then how's we then, you know what I'm saying? The laws done away with. Then how's we gonna sit up there and judge our people? How's we gonna try to get them on what, how we gonna know what to judge them on, or how we gonna know how to get them in order? That don't make no sense. The commandments is our righteousness. And this is what we judge ourselves on and judge our other people on. So don't ever sit there and go for that foolishness, man. Just know that the commandments is our righteousness, and this is how we judge ourselves and judge the other nations. Right? So now let's go ahead and get the book of jump back to the New Testament. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 12.
All right. It's the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 5, and verse number 12. For what have I to do to Salakia? For what have I to do to judge them also that are without? Do not ye judge them that are within?
Hold on. You see that right there? He said, what have I to do to judge them also that without? Basically, what Paul really saying here is he ain't worried about judging the outside people. He ain't worried about judging the outside nations. That's not his department. What Paul is here to do is to judge within Israel. He's to get Israel correct, not the other nations. That's not what he is sent to do. Yahweh was sent to the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? So he came down here to minister and ransom and give his life and ransom of many for them, for us. And he also gave a few judgments as well, but only to Israel. You ain't see him give a judgment unto no outside person because they meant nothing to him. Just like the judgments, just like the judgments it's like the other nations don't mean nothing to the Most High God. And don't get no twisted. He's gonna judge the Most High God gonna judge when we gonna get into that. But right now he's worried about only concerned with his house. Paul's only concerned with the Israelites that are scattered abroad, not the other nations and not the other people. Read on.
But them that are without, God judges. Therefore, put away from among yourselves that wicked person.
See that right there? The Most High God, like I said, Paul's only going to deal with Israel. And at the same time, he said, judge those that's within Israel and get rid of that wicked person that's within Israel. So he's basically telling the Corinthians, hey, get in order. Anybody that's wicked among you, put them away from you. That's how we was told in times past and the laws. If there's a wicked person within Israel that's not being right, hey, we got to cut them off from us until they get right. So Paul is telling the Corinthians out here, the Northern Kingdom, the same thing. Get rid of that wicked person that's within you. That's a judgment for being wicked. And that's the reason y'all was saying before how they was out here doing lewd acts, eating things sacrificed to idols, buying and worship idols. Paul was chosen to go out there and say, hey man, go out there and get it. Basically, the Most High, Yahushua was saying was like, hey, go out there and get their minds right. Go out there and get them together. Hey man, stop doing these things. Anybody that don't want to stop doing it, you remove them from you. Right?
Okay.
And the Most High God, he's going to judge the ones that's outside of Israel. He's going to deal with them. He's going to deal with them. So right now, we're focused on Israel. Don't focus on the other nations. We're not here to judge them. We all know who's going to deal with them. Abba Yahweh. But not us. Just him. Let him deal with them outside people. Because they don't have no say in this matter right now. They were trying to insert themselves in, but we have nothing to do with them. And they have nothing to do with our book and our laws and our statutes and our commandments. Israel first, then let Yahweh deal with the rest of them. Right? Now let's go to Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7.
All right, it's the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, starting at verse number 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
Still right there, he formed the light and he formed the darkness. He's the one that makes peace and he creates evil. Why is that? Because he makes peace for those that keep his commandments. That brings peace unto them. And for those that want to be evil, he brings the evil things onto them. So basically, this is also another form of judgment. And it's righteous. Why? Because if we disobey our God and do these things that we ain't supposed to be doing, hey, we're going to get dealt with. Same thing I was bringing about a lesson on chastisement, on Yahweh's chastisement. We are his children, and if we get out of line, we are expected to be corrected by him. But we out here doing right and keeping these commandments, man, we're going to have a peace of mind out here. We got to worry about our enemies coming up against us. We ain't got to worry about, you know what I'm saying? We can go out here and we can sleep in peace, go to work in peace, and come back home in peace. And if there is any danger out there, the Most High is going to basically go remove you from it. And yeah, he'll do it without you not even knowing it. You saw how excellent Abba Yahweh is? He will remove you when you don't even know it. Say, nah, you know what, let me go ahead and turn it this way or turn him this way. And you know what, stay home today. That's how much he loves when you know that's how you know you keep the commands, when he protects you from unseen dangers. Sometimes even the seen ones too. If you know something bad out there and you just driving all of a sudden, and you see some idiot out there just driving recklessly, you might mess around and be like, hey, slow. He might tell you slow your car. You might not even slow their car down. Matter of fact, let me give them a flat tire out of the blue or something, and they'll pull onto the side. And that's, you will hear later, this person got to a bad accident. Caused like a 3 or 4 car pile up or something. And knowing you if you'd have just kept going, that could have been you down there. So all honor and glory and praise to the Most High God for all that he does for us. Like I said, once again, man, has anybody trusted the Most High was ever confounded? No. So keep trusting in your God, man. Keep trusting in our God. And keep doing these things that he say do. Not only are you going to be great, you're going to be watered down here, but you're going to be greatly rewarded when you get to the kingdom. And hell, your name in the book of life is more than enough. So I say he creates evil for the wicked and he make peace for the godly. All right, now, you got anything you want to add to that, bro? Give me Amos 3 verse 6.
All right, it's the book of Amos, chapter 3, starting at verse 6. It says, shall a trumpet be blown in the city, and the people not be afraid? Shall there be evil in the city, and the Lord hath not done it?
You see that right there? Let's look at Isaiah and Jeremiah's example. For example, Isaiah kept giving them warning. Jeremiah kept giving them warning. Well, hey, Israel don't listen. That horn was blown. And guess what happened? They came and invaded. And Israel wasn't even ready. And who brought the evil in there? Abba Yahweh. Why? Because we kept doing idolatry. We kept doing things unlawful. The Most High got tired of it. And he even had patience with us. He even sent prophets from us to even warn them. And they still didn't get it together. They blew him off like, man, whatever, man. That ain't gonna happen, man. Like, and they blow Jeremiah and Isaiah off. They blew off the Most High. Like, they ain't gonna do nothing. They ain't gonna do nothing. Man, he always talking that jazz. Ain't gonna do nothing. But for some odd reason, they ended up in Nebuchadnezzar's clutches. And Darius's too. It's going to show how hard-headed, stiff-necked our people is, man. We'll know when the Most High done it because why? He give us a warning.
Always do.
Always give us a warning. We still always ignoring it. Just like today. Except for this time, the prophets is the horn now. But we out there blowing. We out there trying to teach. We out there trying to get y'all to come back to the Most High God. But like the far side, y'all just keep passing us by. Y'all know that song about the far side? She keeps on passing me by. That's all they doing every day. Y'all keep passing us by. Hey, but that's right though, because guess what? It ain't gonna be our horn that's gonna be blowing one day. Y'all gonna really hear some very big, loud horns. And when those horns blow, please do not say we did not try to warn y'all. When them horns blowing, that means it's a wrap. The show's about to come to a closing finale. A wrathful finale, that is. And when your house shot gets down here, it ain't gonna be nothing nice. That man ain't coming though. He coming with a barbecue pit. But only thing about it though, you wicked ass Israelites gonna be on the menu.
Okay.
That man gonna have that sword sharp. And I ain't talking about, and we ain't talking about this sword right here. This sword right here, he is not gonna have this one sharp. He gonna have that real sword sharp. That one's made out of metal. It's gonna be so sharp, man, it could cut air. Cut the hearts of wind. That man gonna come here, cut, get it slice and dice on. I pray that me and my household and my brother's households do not be part of that sword. If y'all want that smoke from him, hey, go ahead, take my ass with you. Cause man, I don't want nothing from Big Bro. I'm straight. So I rather get cut by. So if you ask me, I rather keep getting cut by this sword, not his sword. Because like I said before, we know when he comes, it's him doing this to your house shot. Hey, it's time to go. Get him. Conquer the world powers and bring Jacob back home. Huh?
Okay.
So I don't think for a second that the Most High God is some nice guy. He's so cool. I mean, he's so laid back and he's so nice. I think he ain't gonna do nothing. As I said out there when I was street preaching, and I say it again. What the hell y'all think? Y'all think 400 years of it? 400 years wasn't enough punishment? Doesn't that tell y'all what he would do? He said he was gonna do this, and he done it. So I don't know why y'all want to keep playing with this man up there. I don't know why. Anyway, let's go to 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 6.
2. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, starting at verse number 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
See that right there? Yahweh is the one that kills. Satan don't kill nobody. Yahweh kills everybody. I ain't getting wrong now. I don't get into it. Satan kill people too, but only with the Most High's permission. Satan is the Most High's goon. If you ain't getting right, hey man, you go like, you know what? I'm gonna warn you. Yeah, I got a goon up here, man. I get at you. I got a shooter up here that get at you. If you don't keep my laws, my statutes, my commandments, and guess what? I'm about to send them. I'm about to tell them to send them to get at you. Hell, you better ask your ancestors from the past. Hey, you better go ask you better go ask Joshua. you better go look through the books of Numbers. It's right there will show you better than he tell you. Look what he did to the people that kept murmuring, that kept being ungrateful and complaining, came up against Moses. Look what he did to them. Most High won't about no games. And he's not gonna play with you. Look what he said, and he said, I'm gonna send you to captivity. And I'm gonna send a sword after you on top of that. And that sword gotta be so dang on bloody, it probably might be too hard to swing now. So like I said, man, we better get our minds right, man. The Lord kills and he makes alive. It's like he'll kill you. And sometimes he might kill you spiritually. But not in a real killing, but like in a spiritual sense. But at the same time, he'll bring you back to life. Like, hey, right, that's trying to kill that old man side of him. But he'll make you he'll bring to life into you a new person. And just like we did Yahushua, he put him in the grave, but not in a bad way. He did that for us. And he brought him out the grave. So man, all president to our Yahweh for Yahushua for what he's done. Yahushua was never a wicked man. But he went to the grave for our wickedness. You can't say it was from our sins. He's put to death for our sins. Sad when the Most High God had to send a man down here to be punished for our sins. But guess what? When he come, he ain't doing that no more. Now he's going to punish you for your sins. So get it together, Israel. Get it together, because we know what the Most High can do. If you ain't figured it out by now, I advise you to figure it out soon, or you may never will. Anything?
No, go ahead.
Right? Let's go to Deuteronomy 32, verse 39. It's probably most likely saying the same thing.
Definitely the same thing. Right. So this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, starting at verse number 39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me.
See that right there? See now that I, even I am he, and there's no God with me. That means that there's nobody above him. So please stop believing in that stupid Holy Trinity trash. God and Jesus the same. No, they are not. If you sit there and say that God and Jesus are the same people, you basically sit there and say out your own mouth that he chose Joseph to be his father and Mary to be his mother. And ain't the mother and father above the son? So now you sit there and say that Joseph and Mary is now above the Most High? How the hell is his creation going to be higher than him? Make that make any goddamn sense. And stop the madness, man. There's nobody above him, and his creations are not above him. But read on.
I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Whether it's good, bad, anything, you would not be delivered out of the Most High's hands. If you're good, the Most High is going to deliver you into his hands. And he's going to keep doing good unto you. Do evil, guess what? Evil going to come back onto you. The Most High does this. You see this right here in my hands. Life comes in this hand, and death comes in this one. So which hand you want to hold on to? Which hand do you want to hold on to is basically what he's saying right there. And yeah, he may put wounds on you, but guess what? He'll heal those wounds too if you repent as well. In other words, the wounds gonna come and go. The wounds, if you don't repent, he'll wound you, and he'll wound you, and then guess what? The next one gonna be a death. Gonna end up being a death wound, incurable. And you don't want that one on you, do you? So do what's right and know, like, hey man, I gotta get it right. The Most High always had righteous judgments. This judgment that's never been wrong now whatsoever. That's why we are his children. We are his. And whatever he does in the earth, he punishes who he punishes. He gives grace unto who he gives grace unto, mercy unto who mercy unto. Good rewards for doing good, bad rewards for doing bad. An equal balance. Just waits, as he might say. All right, let's go to the book of Psalms, chapter 37, verse 28.
It's my favorite chapter in Psalms. One of, anyway. 28, 38, 28.
No, 37, verse 28.
Okay. It's the book of Psalms, chapter 37, starting at verse number 28. For the Lord loveth judgment and forsaketh not his saints.
You hear that right there? Well, Yahweh loves judgment. That means he loves justice. And he will not forsake his saints. Now, we all know who his saints is. Psalm chapter 50. Jump back to Exodus chapter 3, verse 12. Or go to chapter 8. Tell you who his saints is right there on the spot. Those who he made the covenant with. He made the covenant with us.
Okay.
It's like it. All right, Exodus chapter 8. He only made the covenant with us. Those are his saints. Anybody that's outside of that are not his saints. So quit trying to graft them in to make them think that everybody can be a saint. No. Those that's of the 12 tribes are his saints.
And just to be a little technical, because you got your idiots out there that love to say that Abraham wasn't a saint, or they'll say Noah, right? Because they wasn't Israelites from the technical standpoint. So, just wanted to do that little mention, just because people love to get technical when it comes down to the scriptures. But when it comes down to these commandments, they just don't want to do it at all. So it is what it is. But go ahead.
That's the problem with our people right now. They think that they ain't got to do these commandments. Yahushua had to do them. So what the hell makes you think you ain't got to keep them? Abraham and Noah, yeah, they right. They might not be Israelites, but they are the father of they are the patriarchs of the Israelites as well. They kept flocking. They kept commandments. So what the hell makes you think you ain't got to do it? I tell you, our people's man, our people just a trip, man. That just really amazed me. Oh, you said we was at 37 28, right?
Yeah, I'm still there.
All right,
So it
read
says,
on.
"For the Lord loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever, but the seed of the wicked shall be cut off."
But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. That didn't say the seed of the wicked of Israel. That said the seed of the wicked. And we know who that is. Was that the border of all wickedness? Esau. Him, Esau. And all his damnable demons that come from his blood, all his brood that come from his bloodline. They're going to be the ones cut off. They cut off the earth forever. So, hey, well, now that's a righteous judgment. And you don't get no twist either. Even some of the wicked raw people going to be cut off. That's them 2/3. And don't get no twist either. I ain't saying I'm part of 1/3 because, hell, I don't know. I didn't see the book of life. So every day when I wake up out of bed, it's like, man, I need to be knowing that, hey, I'm still walking on eggshells. I mean, I'm still on eggshells. I'm still walking on thin ice. In other words, I'm humbling myself because why? And I can have the spirit be put on me to walk out his truth at any given time. And I don't know about y'all, but I'm terrified of that. I don't want to be wicked. I don't want to be cut off. Man, I love the truth, man. I love these all such commandments. I love my brothers. I love my sisters, man. I love my wife. I mean, this righteous and this straight and narrow path is all I got in my eyes. Like when the disciples turned away from Yahushua, and Yahushua turned, asked his other disciples that remained with him, are y'all going to go away too? Peter asked him like, oh man, where the hell's we going to go? You the one that got the words of life. Well, my eyes, where the hell I'm going to go, man? These are the words of life. There's no words of life out there in the world. Only in this Bible, man. So why the hell I want to have that spirit of me on me to turn away from this? I love being with my brothers on the Sabbath days, man. I don't want that taken away from me. That's what I look forward to every week. So like I said, man, the saints gonna be preserved forever. All the righteous saints gonna be preserved forever. The wicked gonna be cut off. So be amongst the righteous, man. Stay away from the wicked. Stay away from the evildoers. The evildoers got their desserts coming. It ain't gonna be good. All right. Isaiah 61 verse 8.
All right. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 61 and verse 8. For I, the Lord, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offering, and I will direct their work in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them.
You see that? Well, Yahweh loves judgment. I love justice. I hate robbery, and I hate wrongdoings. Basically, he hates robbery for wrongdoings. He hates wrongdoings. Don't we all hate wrongdoing? But then, yeah, though, hey, a lot of us done it, even when we was out there in the world. We even done wrongdoings. We was out there in the world because at the time we didn't know better. But all honor, glory, praise to the Most High God that He brought us onto this path of light. Brought us to His marvelous and glorious light, and out of that darkness. And now we get to know that, hey, now the Most High God about to make an everlasting covenant with us. As long as we endure to the very end, man. And we all know what that covenant is. The law, statutes, commandments gonna be here. And once they ain't here, we don't need this anymore. We ain't gonna have to go out there. We ain't gonna have to go out there and on the corners and no more and say, hey, you need to repent. There ain't gonna be no unrepentant people in the kingdom. So stay away from the wrongdoings. Endure on the straight and narrow path. And yeah, you got some dummies out there that judge before even walking the straight and narrow path too. Hey, but never mind them. Because they on the broad path and you on the straight. So why you worried about them for? And what they say? You got anything up?
Yep. I'm gonna grab 1 Samuel chapter 2. Just to go with this first part, right? Because it says the Most High, he loves judgment and he hates robbery for burnt offering, right?
Right.
So you don't want nobody stealing, right? So 1 Samuel chapter 2. I'm gonna probably start at verse 12.
So 1 Samuel chapter 2, verse 12.
Yeah.
Let me get there.
I forgot you on your phone. I was about to say I got it on the screen, but probably can't see on that phone.
Oh, I can see on here. I got it on my TV.
Oh, come on. Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 12. Now the sons of Eli were sons of Belial. They knew not the Lord. Verse 13. And the priest's custom with the people was that when any man offered sacrifice, the priest's servant came while the flesh was in seething, with a flesh hook of 3 teeth in his hand.
Go ahead.
And he took it into the pan or kettle or cauldron or pot. Well, talk about some serious witchcraft. All that the flesh,
This is the literal burnt. This is a burnt offering. All right, go ahead.
all that the flesh hook brought up, the priest took for himself. So they did in Shiloh unto all the Israelites that came thither.
All right, so all the Israelites bringing in their offering, right, unto the priest, right? Go ahead.
Verse 15. Also, before they burnt the fat, the priest's servant came and said to the man that sacrificed, give flesh to roast for the priest, for he would not have sodden flesh of thee, but raw.
Go ahead.
Verse 16. And if any man said unto him, let them not fail to burn the fat presently, and then take as much as thy soul desireth, then he will answer him, nay, but thou shalt give it me now. And if not, I would take it by force.
I'm gonna take this thing anyway, right? You're not gonna be able to do. You're not gonna be able to offer these offerings for the children of Israel. So now they have nothing to cover their sin. All right. So remember what the Most High say. He hates robbery of burnt offerings, right? Go ahead, verse 17.
Wherefore the sin of the young man was very great before Yahweh, for men abhorred the offering of Yahweh.
All right, so we know what their ultimate judgment was, right? Their little judgment was that they got put to death. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go to that particular portion, but just keep reading later on in that chapter. You'll see that. All right? But that's all I wanted to add to that.
Well, it's good that we don't do all burnt offerings no more.
You do it with yourself right now.
Yeah.
And it's even worse. right? Because now, by you having to do it with yourself now, by you being the actual offering or burnt offering, that means you have no excuses for things that you do, right? If you're not putting out classes, if you're not being a scribe recording, if you're not taking pictures, if you're not holding a camera, if you're not helping brothers on a grill, you know what I'm saying? If you're not coming up with different ways to bring money and different kind of things, just bring anything to the camp. You know what I'm saying? If you're not doing any of these things, then you're not. What kind of offering do you have? What kind of sacrifice are you? Right? That's you're not a good sacrifice. Most High don't want that.
Con it.
We
And I
literally gotta just we gotta be careful of how we move inside this walk. You know what I'm saying? Whether you with the actual camp or congregate, or you should be a part of some congregation, right? But whether you with a camp that's known or not, you should be doing something for the body. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't just talking about your uh, internal body. I mean just the body of Israel in general. You should be out making flyers, passing out flyers, giving out the information. You know what I'm saying? Well, go ahead.
Yeah, man, can't be there's no lazy parts in the body. If you have produced no fruit, you know how that goes. Chop into the fire. Right?
Okay.
All right, let's go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 48.
All right. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 5, verse 48. Be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect.
People, this does not mean like as if you've never sinned. What he's saying is perfect yourself in holiness and being righteous. Rather than being yourself in judgment, being set apart. Perfect yourself in holiness, perfect yourself in being set apart from the world and from the things of the world. That's what he's talking about. And a lot of people get this mixed up as well. Ain't nobody perfect that walk the earth. Stop saying that. Because y'all don't even know what that means when y'all use that. And if y'all want to say that be technical, saying nobody that perfect that walk the earth. Look at Job. Look at Enoch.
Mm-hmm.
No, say it right there. Earthly and eschewed evil. I spoke highly of them. So don't sit there and act like you can't do what they do. Walk perfect in these commandments. At times you're gonna bruise up, you're gonna fall, you're gonna slip. Hey, get up and keep going. Right? Give me that Proverbs chapter 31 and go to verse 8.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 31 and verse number 8. Open thy mouth for the dumb and the cause of all such as are appointed to destruction.
So right there, open thy mouth. That means for those that's open, that means in other words, be a mouth for those that can't talk. Be a mouth for those that can't talk. Be like an advocate for them. For those that's about to be put to death for no apparent reason or for, or being judged wrongly. Right? Because you got some people out there that's mute and they can't talk. So yeah, if you know you there, be a voice for them. Read on.
Open thy mouth, judge righteously, and
Oh, that
plead.
right there. Open thy mouth and judge righteously. Again and again and again. It can't be expressed more than enough. Judge righteously. Don't judge according to what that man or that woman look like. Don't judge according to don't judge because of what they're wearing. And don't be judged because of your feelings if you don't like that person. Judge righteously. Regardless of what the circumstance is. Read on.
And plead the cause of the poor and needy.
I plead the cause for the poor and the needy. Explain to why this person needs this, needs that. Does their cause righteously. Be a help unto the poor. Or those that can't help themselves. Those that can't do things for themselves. Those that need things and can't get it. Be a judge for them, but judge righteously. Help them out for their cause. Right? You got anything you want to add to that? Okay. Now, what we was talking about earlier, those hypocrites, those Pharisees. Let's go to Matthew chapter 23, starting verse 13.
All right, it's the book of Matthew, chapter 23, starting at verse number 13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
You see that right there? Because the Pharisees will go around there judging people on the lowest things and condemning them, like as if they gonna get in themselves. That's why Yahushua said, do as the Pharisees say do, but not as they do. The Pharisees always condemn people. I know you're gonna be a teacher of the law, but don't do the law yourself. Come on, man. We gotta put a stop to that, man. The Pharisees was like the worst back then. And look what they try to do to Yahushua. That's why Yahushua clapped back at him so hard right here. I felt best almost through this whole chapter. So how the hell you gonna shut the kingdom up from the others? Like as if you going in. Like you behind the door. So don't be like a Pharisee. It's good that we don't law, statutes, commandments. But once again, they're always doing a false judgment every time. And always don't be too harsh with your judgments either. It's okay to give them warning. But don't be like, man, dang, you might go to the lake of fire. You're going to die because you did this and this and that. Oh, man, just give them a warning first. Hey, brother, man, be cool, man. You don't want to do that, man. Something bad can happen, you know? Judge them according to this Bible. But don't be too harsh. Only be hard. Don't get too easy. Sometimes you might have to be, though. Be harsh when you got to be. But not all the time. But yes, you do got people out there that will listen and have listening ears. Now, everybody's hard to get through, too. Go to chapter verse 15.
All right. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye can pass sea and land to make one proselyte, and when he is made, ye make him twofold more the child of hell than yourselves.
You see it right there? In fact, put that up in the NLT if you can.
Okay. All right. This is Matthew chapter 23, verse 15 in the NLT. What sorrow awaits you, teachers of religious law, and you Pharisees, hypocrites, for you cross land and sea to make one convert, and then you turn that person into twice the child of hell you yourselves are.
You see it right there? You said you go there convert person, but then yet though by your actions, you make them even more worse. You make them even more worse than what they was before. Twice, you know what I'm saying? Twice the hell of what you was. That's why you gotta sit up there and do what the Bible say do, and not do what the Pharisees do. I know you gonna try to convert somebody to do right, but then yet though you ain't doing it. And then when they see that, they gonna be looking at you like, what? Oh, man, hold on, man. You telling us to do this and do that, but then you not doing it. So man, they go like, man, you know what? The hell with this Bible and the hell with everything. They gonna go back and be like, man, whatever, man. Don't listen to that Bible stuff, man. They don't live what they be talking about. Tell me I'm lying. Right? Jump down to verse 23.
You want to leave it in the NLT or no?
No, you can leave it in the NLT for right now.
All right, that's lucky. All right, so verse number 23 in the NLT. All right, it says, what sorrow awaits you? Why is this on my screen? There we go. What sorrow awaits you, teachers of a religious law, and you Pharisees, hypocrites, for you are careful to tithe even the tiniest income from your herb gardens, but you ignore the more important aspects of the law: justice, mercy, and faith. You should tithe, yes, but do not neglect the more important things.
See it right there? Or usually reading the NL, the KJV. Once you scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, when you pay tithe of mint and the ninth and cumin, and have omitted the weightier matters of the law: judgment, mercy, and faith. What they saying is that, you know what I'm saying, they sit up there and get on somebody for the smallest part. They sit there and judge somebody for the smallest part of the law, but not the biggest part of the law. The more important parts of the law. I don't get me wrong, now all the law is important, but the more important parts is justice, mercy, and faith. They overlook that. Because why they ain't doing it themselves? So if you don't get on somebody about breaking any law, do all of them. Be of justice, judge righteously. But at the same time, be merciful with it and have faith knowing that person go change. So don't sit there and forget the bigger parts of the law, and instead always looking at the smaller parts of the law and judging people on that. You got something you want to say about?
I'm gonna go into Hebrews 4. Hebrews 4, let's start at verse 11. Yeah, verse 11 and 12.
This is the book of Hebrews chapter 4, verse 11. Let us labor, therefore, to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief.
All right, so we all got to labor, right? We all have work that we have to do. All right. So again, some teach, some read, some research, right? Some keep up with current events, right? Something for everybody to do, right? So that we can enter into that rest. Go ahead.
Verse 12. For the word of Yahweh is quick and powerful, and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and intents of the heart.
All right, so hey, the word of the Most High is quick, right? It's fast, sharper than any two-edged sword, right? Why? Because a two-edged sword has points on both ends, right? One for you to do the cutting with, and as you cutting somebody, guess what? It's on the other end cutting you too, right? And if you bleeding just like that other person is bleeding, guess what? You shouldn't be passing any kind of judgment on anything. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's, again, you will have to be keeping that particular commandment, like the brother been saying. If you are keeping the Sabbath, right, and you keeping it wholeheartedly, then guess what? You could tell somebody, hey, keep the Sabbath, right? But the reason why you have to be careful in these times, right, is because you can't say whether or not for 100% fact, hey, I have the right day as the Sabbath, right? It's the same day my forefathers was keeping it. When we, go way back in the book of Genesis and then the book of Exodus, it's the same day. You don't know that, right? We've been in different captivities, different calendars, different times. None of us can read the moon as a sign, right? So at the end of the day, guess what? You have to be merciful, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to the Sabbath day. Do some things make sense to that it don't make sense to others? True. But this is why the Most High tells us to gather together, right? Observe the laws and commandments to the best of your ability. Right now, you won't find the best of your ability inside the scriptures, but guess what? When we reading and we putting a lot of things in context, a lot of stuff has to be to the best of our ability, right? Because when it comes down to Passover, we're not keeping Passover 100% correct. We can't, right? We can't. At the end of the day, it's almost impossible for us to keep it. It's number one, it's no priesthood to slaughter the lamb. Number two, most of us don't have our own land, right? We don't raise our own animals. We don't know how, you know what I'm saying? So again, being merciful in this truth is a very important aspect of what the brother just brought out in the book of Matthew. You know what I'm saying? So again, hey, the word of God is a two-edged sword. It's going to cut you on one end. You think you got something right, and at the same time you telling somebody something is digging a deeper hole inside your rib cage. All right, and I just wanted to bring that up.
And like we say, man, before you judge somebody, examine yourself, man. Examine yourself. Like the brother just brought out, when you cut somebody else, you might be cutting yourself. So be careful therefore be careful what you cutting somebody with. And sometimes, yes, the Most High make you fall on your own tongue, because why? If you tell somebody else to do something and that sword cutting you, and that sword cutting you as well as cutting him, that means that, hey, you need to work on yourself. Hey, it's better for you to take the correction. It's better for you to take that judgment, that correction down here right now before you get up there, and he gives you the final judgment and correction.
Mhm.
And you don't want that. So be glad that you're getting correction down here, not up there. Right? And then the thing about that Sabbath, man, I'm gonna just say like this, man, just perform the righteous acts like we always been told. Like the Bible saying, man, we don't know the exact day. We don't know the right way. We can't read the moons because of what was done in the past. And just because you say it don't mean that's correct.
Okay.
So humble yourself and don't be too quick to condemn.
Okay. And I would just want to add too, it's not to literally say that, well, you can just pick your own Sabbath. I'm not saying that by far. It still has to make sense according to the scriptures, right? So
Wow.
it makes sense for us to keep the 7th day of the week, regardless to, the calendar, what's on the calendar, right? The 7th day of the week is the 7th day of the week. At the end of the day, we keep that as the Shabbat, right? I don't think the Most High is going to make it grievous. I don't think the Most High is going to make it hard. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's why we observe it when we observe it. Right? Nothing more, nothing less. Right? Let's keep going.
Go to jump back to Matthew 23, verse 25.
All right. It's the book of Matthew. You want NLT or KJV?
You can keep it on KJV.
All right. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 25. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye make clean the outside of the cup and of the platter, but within they are full of extortion and excess.
See that right there? I know you're going to talk about the cleaning, like you was talking earlier. I just talk about the cleaning, the washing inside the cups, not washing your hands before you eat and all this stuff, but you ain't clean within. When you full of extortion, you full of, as I said, you full of crap. That's the best way I can put it. You is full of crap, and you ain't clean within.
As a matter of fact, let's just look up that word in the Greek. See what it says. Full of excess. See what this says. All right. It says want of self-control, incontinence, and temperance. Right? Want of self-restraint. So no self-control.
Right. Just want to be out of order. I want to just do what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
As I said, Paul said, practice self-control.
Solomon did too.
And you're right, Solomon did too. But like I said, man, like probably Solomon said, man that rules the spirit to rule the city.
Okay.
See, Pharisees, they don't have no control of themselves. That's why your house like cut into them so hard. You want to make yourself look good on the outside, but your inside appearance is like a dead zone, a grave. Ain't nothing clean about a grave, right? So why you want to be like that? So before you think about your outer appearance, get your inner appearance together.
Okay. Let's read it. Verse 27.
That's verse 27.
It says, woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, For ye are like unto whited sepulchres, which indeed appear beautiful outward, but are within full of dead men's bones and of all uncleanness.
I mean, on the inside, you basically ain't thinking nothing but just death. You ain't nothing but full of death. Because why you make people worse than you? You always condemning somebody for not even keeping the smallest, or even the smallest little law they'll break. But they're always overlooking the big ones. You're always walking around swaggering about like as if you're better than everybody. Like you always made it, like you already in the book of life. You have no self-control, and you is not humble. And yeah, that big old sepulcher, which in other words, that big old rock that covers your grave, yeah, it may look all nice. That gravestone might look nice. But not inside that casket. And nothing good inside about that.
Casket fresh.
Like you just cast, you know what I'm saying? You just cast a gravestone fresh. But inside you just nothing but full of death. And you're supposed to be a child of light. Come on, man. Come on now. Clean yourself up. Inwardly and outwardly. Your light can't shine if you're in the dark. If you know what I'm saying, how the hell your light gonna shine if you're in the dark? Come on, man. A light's supposed to pull out, supposed to drive away the darkness. The dark can't drive away the darkness. Right? Hold on just a second. I'll be back. Wait right quick.
All right, so the brother come back, right? I'm gonna go into just going along with his lesson, right? On judgment. I'll go to 1 Kings chapter 3. Right. We're gonna see how Solomon judged a particular situation, right? So starting at verse number 16, right? So this is 1 Kings 3, verse 16. Then came there 2 women that were harlots unto the king and stood before him. And the one woman said, O my lord, I and this woman dwell in one house, and I was delivered of a child with her in the house. And it came to pass the 3rd day after that I was delivered, that this woman was delivered also, and we were together. There was no stranger with us in the house, save we 2 in the house, right? So it's just 2 women. They both had babies together, right? And then it says, and this woman's child died in the night because she overlaid it. And she arose at midnight and took my son from beside me while thy handmaid slept, and laid it in her bosom, and laid her dead child in my bosom, right? So this woman, it's almost like them Lifetime movies, man. You see that all the time. They in there kidnapping babies, you know what I'm saying, from the hospital. Like, it ain't even your baby. You just gonna take somebody else's baby and you switching them out, you know what I'm saying, as if I ain't supposed to know that this is my baby or this ain't my baby, right? So verse 21, it says, and when I arose in the morning to give my child suck, behold, it was dead. All right, so she was trying to breastfeed the baby. All right, so it says, but when I considered it in the morning, behold, it was not my son, which I did bear. Right, like I said, she had like the sister wasn't gonna find out. Right, but let's keep rolling, right? And the other woman said, nay, but the living is my son, and the dead is thy son. And this said, no, but the dead is thy son, and the living is my son. Thus they spake before the king. So they in front of this king going back and forth, right? So this woman automatically knows, you know that this ain't your child, right? but you're doing exactly what the scribes and Pharisees would do in this moment, right? So verse 23. Then said the king, the one saith, This is my son that liveth, and thy son is dead. And the other saith, Nay, but thy son is dead, and my son is the living. And the king said, Bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. And the king said, Divide the living child in two, and give half to the one and the other half to the other. All right, so Solomon, like, man, look, I'm tired of going back and forth. Y'all already know what it is, right? So, okay, since you can't come and nobody wants to fess up for who it is, we just gonna cut this child in half right in front of everybody, or right in front of y'all. I'll give y'all each half. There, hey, then nobody can be arguing about nothing, right?
Solomon wasn't no joke.
Right. Then it says, Then spake the woman whose the living child was unto the king, for her bowels yearned upon her son. And she said, O my lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, Let it be neither mine nor thine, but divided. Right? So it says, Then the king answered and said, Give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. Why? How did he know that? It's simple, right? Any mother don't want their child to be killed, especially in front of them. So she like, hey, nah, just go ahead. Hey, she can have the baby. That's what it's gonna come down to. I want to preserve my child's life. All right. So this is how Solomon wisely dealt with the situation, because he knows any mother is not going to say, hey, divide the child. You know what I'm saying? Verse 28.
Before you go forward, look at that other wicked ass woman. She is talk about let it be neither mine nor thine, but dividing. That's a wicked. Excuse me. You know what? I ain't gonna say it. I'll be nice.
Yeah, don't say it.
Oh, that's wicked as hell, man.
All right, verse 28 says, And all Israel heard the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king, for they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to do judgment. All right, so they knew that they couldn't come to him with no BS. All right, so all that, the doctrine that the Sadducees and Pharisees, that Yahushua let them kind of get off with from the standpoint of living, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Solomon, hey, they would have been up out of there quick. You know what I'm saying? But the grace of Yahushua, that's the grace and mercy that Yahushua came to sin. So, of course, he had to portray that. You know what I'm saying? But I land there.
Man, you know, the Pharisees, man, they was terrible, man. Their judgment was all whack, all on whack. But let's jump to we gonna go to 2 Samuel chapter 24, start verse 9. And all of us should know what this is going into.
You said what chapter?
2 Samuel chapter 24, verse 9.
24. I don't know why I thought you said 34. I'm like, ain't no 34. All right. It's the book of 2 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 9. And Joab gave up the sum of the number of the people unto the king. And there were in Israel 800,000 valiant men that drew the sword. And the men of Judah were 500,000 men.
Oh, right there. Now, this was David. David did something he wasn't supposed to have done. He has put a number on Israel. Joab knew that this was wrong. He's like, hey, hold on. No, may the king live forever, but come on, man. Didn't the Most High God tell us not to do this? He tells us not to ever number Israel. David, you know what I'm saying? Man, you know what, man, forget, do it anyway. I don't know what made David. I mean, yeah, Satan jumped on him. And I don't know what made David really say, go ahead and do it. It's like he just really ignored the Most High God. But read verse 10.
And David's heart smote him after that he had numbered the people.
Here, stop right there. You see that right there? Your heart. Now, if you out there and you did something wrong, and you know you ain't had no business doing, and trust me, I felt this. Everybody felt this at a few times in their life. Well, you know you did something wrong, and your heart will sit up there. It'll make you. That heart will bring that guilty feeling upon you, and your spirit as well. You will, you know what I'm saying? It'll strike you like, oh God, man, I wasn't supposed to have done that. And don't sit there lie and say you didn't. That this didn't happen to you. So even your heart will even bring judgment on you because it knows that when you are doing right and it knows when you're doing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't talking about this heart up here in the mind. I'm talking about this down here. So yes, if you know you about to do something wrong, your heart convicts you. Yes, take that judgment because that's something telling you, hey, you don't need to be doing that. Because if you know you was about to do something right, your heart ain't gonna convict you. You ain't gonna feel no wrong. But you know when you're wrong and your heart is all of a sudden it drops on you and makes you feel convicted, it'll strike you. And you be like, hey man, no, I better not do this, I better not. Or if you've done it, then yes, it's gonna hit you. And you're gonna know that something's gonna come bad after that. Just like with David. When David numbered Israel, his heart struggled because he knew he was wrong. So we all know the judgment after that. The Most High even gave him 3 choices. He lost about what, over 28 some thousand men, something like that day. And the other day he told the angel, hey, relax, chill. No more, don't kill no more. And then David had to turn around and make a sacrifice for that. It's sad that people got punished for what David has done. But at the same time, they got punished for their own doing as well, because they should never partook in that sense. Yeah, David may be king of Israel, but that don't mean that you don't make a righteous judgment on your own self either.
Okay.
If you know that your king out here doing something wrong, that don't mean you go along with it. Right. And you talking about himself like, hey, you don't give a damn if he is king. Hey, no, man, look, you out of order. You out of order for this, man. No, we is not about to take the census. No, we is not about to put a number on ourselves. No, we is not about to sit up here and go to the store and rob this man with you. No, we is not about to steal from these people and rob them of their way of life. No, we is not about to do that. Learn when to judge righteous and stand up, no matter who the person is. And see, you got these old whack ass now people inside these church houses scared to stand up to their pastor.
Hey, more importantly, inside these Israelite camps.
Yeah, some of them in these Israelite camps too. And it's terrible, man. I don't give a damn who you is, man. You is not above correction in Israel. If you see your teacher, if you see your elder going off in any of these camps, hey man, tell them about this. Put them to the side and tell them about themselves. If you see your brother, your captain, whoever, if you see them going off, you better put them to the side and tell them about themselves. Why is that? Because your judgment can save them from the Most High's judgment. You correcting them can save them from the Most High's correction. Because it's better coming from you than it is coming from him. You know But we already know how Yahweh gives a crucial judgment. But you can't. So it's better you tell them than them. So don't be afraid and don't be a coward to tell your brother or tell your camp leader, whoever, if they going off. Because if you is, what the hell is you in this for? Most I ain't using no weak ass niggas. He ain't using no weak cowards, man. He ain't using no punks, man. He wants men, men, men. Those that's brave, bold, and gonna stand up against any type of evil. And if you are not that guy that's gonna do that, then you need to move your ass to the side and let the real ones come in. And if you love your brother that much, you won't let him go off. If you love your priest or your elder that much, you won't let him go off. You won't let him go off. You won't. And if you do, that means I'm gonna show you don't love them. Because you was too scared and afraid to correct him. But he knows more than me. Yeah, that's true. So what? Yes, he do know more than you. Yes, these elders, these priests that have been in this truth for a long ass time, yeah, they know more than us. But that don't mean that if you see them go off, that don't mean you stand by and let them. So you're going to be held just as much as accountable as them. Matter of fact, let's make a little detour right here. Go to Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. We're going to start there.
Okay. It's the book of Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel. Therefore, hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
You hear that right there? That is not just for him. That's for all of us. At the times for him, but that goes for all of us. That is a direct order that comes from the Most High God of Israel. Get out there. Tell them, whether it be those that's within the body, outside the body, whether we out there street teaching, whatever. Warn the people. Warn your peoples, man. I don't give a damn if they is a damn elder. Whoever. They going off, you better let them know. They captain, let them know. Officer, let them know. I give less than a damn. Tell them. Verse 18.
When I say unto the wicked, thou shalt surely die, and thou givest him not warning, nor speakest to warn the wicked from his wicked way to save his life, the same wicked man shall die in his iniquity, but his blood will I require at thine hand.
You see that right there? Now, if you sit up there and you let it slide, because you was scared to tell him, man, you been a punk, been a weak-ass nigga, and you scared to tell him, and that man mess around and something bad happens to him, rather it be something like close to death, or if he dies of it, then guess what? That man didn't get killed himself, not only himself, but you killed that man too. Because you know why? You was being a little biatch and scared to tell him. You weren't manning up, and you were scared to tell him what he was doing wrong. And in Israel, we don't need those type of people. I wouldn't give a damn if you was the lowest person on the totem pole. Well, hell, you ain't lower than nobody in Israel, because all of us equal. And some of us may hold certain positions and certain things, but that don't make you no lesser than them. If you know something and you see that elder, that captain, that teacher of yours, whoever going off, and you don't tell them, then we don't need you. There's no room for the weak. Because why? If you let man something that died in his iniquities, he died in his sin, and you was afraid to tell him, then guess what? Then you was just as equal as a murderer as if the other person has done it. That ain't gonna be on the Most High. That ain't the Most High may have done it, but that ain't gonna be blood on his hands. That's blood on your hands, because you was given the responsibility to look out for your brother. And that don't just go for the brothers. Like God is saying for you sisters as well. If you see your sister about to go off and do something wrong and you weak, you can't put on your woman dress on. Instead, you got on little girly skirts and scared to tell them. Because you feel like, man, I don't want to hear it. Or because you got some animosity toward that sister, you just as dead wrong as the brother is. That's afraid to tell his brother when he going off. And guess what? You sisters also got power to also correct your brother. Not teach them, but correct them. Don't be afraid to give correction when you see your brother going off, sisters. I'm just being real. Because guess what? All that blood also on your hands as well. You got anything you want to add on to that?
Come on, I'm pulling it up right now. It's just Sirach. I'm gonna read it. It's just literally one verse. All right, Sirach, chapter 19, verse 24. He that hath small understanding and feareth God is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresseth the law of the Most High. All right, so like you said, hey, just because somebody got more knowledge than you, that means nothing, right? Within your small understanding, if you understand that somebody is committing sin, then of course you say something, right? And I ain't gonna stretch it out. I'm gonna just leave it right there because this is self-explanatory.
Man, and for you that don't get it, why we gotta do this? It's simple. Just like even also in the book of Sirach, called chapter and verse, it's much. There's a lot that can be understood with very few words being said. Reason why? Because the Most High God said so, and leave it at that. Because He said so. There's nothing else to be asked after that. There's nothing else need to be explained after that. Why? Because your God said so. Our God said so. All right. Let's go to Revelation chapter 19, verse 11. This is going to be the last one. 19 through 11, 13.
So 10.
Revelation chapter 19, verse 11.
I thought you said 10 through 13. That's all.
Verse 11.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19, and verse number 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
You see that right there? When your Yahushua comes back, it's about to be wartime. Well, who is he going to get together first? Who is he about to get together first? We already know. It says right there, what, 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 17 through 18. In fact, get that right quick, we're going to go jump right back over here.
How would they do that? It says 17 and 18.
Yep.
The book of 1 Peter chapter 4, verse number 17. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of God.
I hold it right there. For the time has come that judgment must begin at the house of Yahweh. Let's get an understanding of this. It is not those church buildings, those stupid things made with man's hands. It's the ones that's inside there that's of our people. Those that's outside that's not keeping these law, statutes, commandments, as we see every day. I mean, I don't know if y'all noticed, but have y'all ever noticed that a lot of our people right now, I mean, even those movie stars, celebrities, whatever, as is our people is every single day almost dying, dropping dead. That's why I tell me a lot said the most High ain't judging a lot of these 2/3 right now. A lot of people been getting a business right now. A lot of our people been getting a business. Every year it goes by, it's just a lot of them just keep going and going. Why is that? Because they don't want to hear the words of this book. They don't want to do the words of this book. But read on.
And if it first began at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of God?
Oh, what's going to be the end of them that obey not the gospel of God? I don't know what y'all, but I ain't trying to find out. I'm trying to find out what be the end of me that obeys the gospel of Yahweh. Like keeps these all statutes commands. That's what I'm trying to find out. Not if I disobey it. But read on.
And if the righteous scarcely be saved, where shall the ungodly and the sinner appear?
Where should the godly and the sinner appear? They sure ain't gonna end up in the. I'll tell you right now, they ain't gonna end up in the kingdom. They would not be in the kingdom. And this is talking about the ungodly of our people and the sinners of our people. Where they gonna appear at? It's gonna be gnashing of the teeth, where that water dies not and the fire is not quenched. Or the fire gonna overcome them and cover them up. What DMX always says is dark and hell is hot. A place where you ain't gonna be able to see. Hey, I don't want no parts of that. But now just jump back to here. Read.
All right, it's the book of Revelation, chapter 19, verse 12.
No, go back to 11.
Verse
Yeah,
11.
finish 11 out.
Yeah, I did. But I read it again, man. Verse 11. It says, and I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war.
See that right there? Yahushua about to come back. He about to judge. He about to judge the 12 tribes and make war against them. And then he's also going to be making war against the other nations. The righteous, that's of the 12 tribes of Israel. He's going to conquer all their enemies. He's going to conquer all our enemies. Read on.
His eyes were as a flame of fire, and on his head were many crowns. And he had a name written that no man knew, but he himself.
That right there, I would just say like this. It was look at Romans chapter 17, somewhere it said that he would be the same today, tomorrow, forevermore. Same with Abba Yahweh. So I don't think that Yahweh is going to come with a new name. He's going to come with a name that we don't know. Because why? Because they changed his name from him. They changed his name from a long time ago to Jesus, and that's why we don't know that name. Yahweh, they changed our language. And when they changed our language, they changed his name, they changed his image. So I could be wrong. Most High forgive me. That's why I think that's why he said he's going to come with a name that nobody knows but himself. But you want to correct me on that if you could, or if I'm right, whatever?
I mean, partially, and then you got to remember also, all things are not necessarily literal either. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're reading in Revelation. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely part of it. It's no different than when Zephaniah mentioned that he's going to return to us a pure language. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like to say that the Hebrew that we speak is not the original and so on and so forth, right? But again, everything is what a lot of people tend to forget is the faith aspect inside of all of this. You know what I'm saying? And people always want to be literally correct when the Bible is not a literal book. You know what I'm saying? So just got to be careful when we, reading and teaching these type of things. That's all.
Man, I don't be trying to be, I ain't trying to steer nobody wrong, and I ain't trying to teach the scriptures wrong.
Okay.
But if I'm wrong, I ain't made somebody correct me. I accept it. I say I ain't gonna come bite your head off, man. Like, man, that man and all this and all that. No, I'm gonna humble my damn self, and I will take the correction. Besides, you end up making me more wise anyway, and I'd rather you to do that.
Okay.
Right? Read on.
Verse 13. And he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood, and his name is called the Word of God.
That right there is a heavy judgment. And his vesture, and he was clothed with a vesture dipped in blood. Well, whose blood? Not his this time. That comes from the blood of who? Those wicked ass Israelites out here. Judgment fell upon them. Why? Because they did the opposite of what he told them to do. Malak Yahushua said, hey, do as my father say do. He said, man must not live on bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High God. If you don't do what my father tell you do, I'm going to come back and I'm going to kill you. And that's what he's coming to do. And that's that judgment that I'm terrified of. Especially hearing those words, depart from me, ye that work iniquity, for I never knew you. That right there is the most terrifying verse throughout the whole entire Bible. But you to sit up here and be living on this earth and your Messiah don't know you? Come on, man.
Okay.
What's more scary than that? And that right there is, like we say, a righteous judgment. Because why? The earth got to be judged and needs to be cleansed of all the evil that's going on in it. Okay. And that's what Yahushua is coming to do. To judge the earth and bring it back to a righteous state where it's supposed to be at. Conquer all the world powers, bring Jacob back home. And next, we're going to be the rulers and we're going to be the judges of the earth. So with that being said, Israel, I hope that y'all being edified. I want to give honor, glory, and praise to the Most High God for this lesson. And like I said, man, God, be a righteous judge, no matter who it is.
Okay.
No matter who it is.
Hey, before we wind all the way down, I know we usually don't unless we catch it, but since I caught it, this is a question, right? I'm about to put it on the screen. You provide an answer for that.
From Josie, Israel. Josie, whatever, Israel. What if us as sisters try to correct our head and you brush off because you're a woman? Well, let's go back to Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 19.
Okay, pull it back up.
Yep, pull it back up.
Ezekiel 3:19.
Right.
All right, it says, this is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 3, verse 19. Yet, if thou warn the wicked, and he turn not from his wickedness, nor from his wicked way, he shall die in his iniquity, but thou hast delivered thy soul.
See that right there, sister? If you sit up there and you, in fact, I ain't saying your husband all wicked, but at the same time, if you warn him and he brushes you off like whatever, then guess what? Then you can say, hey, I told you. If something bad happens to him, Hey, I said that and warned you. That's all you can really say. That's blood that's off of your hands. And in your heart, you know that you did right. So therefore, you ain't no need for you to worry about it. You'll hate it, but at the same time, you did right. And the Most High God gonna know that you did right because you warned him. And guess what? The Most High gonna look at him because he gonna look at him like, why? He gonna be like, hold on, you see this right here? This is your wife. She warned you. She warned you. Why did you not listen to your wife? Didn't Abraham listen to his wife?
Mhm.
Abraham listened to his wife. So why should not a man listen to his wife? Especially knowing when he's going off. I don't care if it is your husband. If your husband going off, you better correct him. As all, if you love him, that's your rib and you love him, and y'all together as one, then yes, you warn that man. But that's your husband, you love him. And you don't want to see nothing wrong or bad happen to him, do you? So keep warning him. Warn him if he's going off. I got it now land there. You got anything to add on to that?
Yeah. This ain't nothing but the Most High. My brother Kana put it in the chat earlier. Literally, right? So I'm going to 1 Peter chapter 3, starting at verse 1, right? It says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives, while they behold your chaste conversation coupled with fear, right? Whose adorning, let it not be that outward adorning of the plaiting of the hair and the wearing of gold, or of the putting on of apparel, right? But this is the important, this is the point right here. But let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price, right? So it has to be done in a meek and a quiet spirit, right? And it's not saying that you got to whisper or anything of that nature, but let it be done in meekness. Don't jump up and be like, "Oh, I told you you weren't supposed to be doing such and such and such and such," right? Again, a soft answer. What it say in Proverbs? A soft answer turns
Strife turn away strife.
calm. So if that's the case, it just depends on how it's being done, right? And it goes the same with men. Men shouldn't be down a woman's throat, scorning a woman, right? But just to answer the sister's question, again, it has to be done in a meek and a humble spirit. You know what I'm saying? And if it's done that way and he doesn't receive that correction, hey, then that man is wicked in that moment. And he need to repent. But that's it. Shout out to Michael Allah, all right? Judith. You know what I'm saying? Judith corrected me.
Matter of fact, if I'm thinking right, what Mike Collins just said, that's in what, chapter 5 of Judas, right?
I'm not 100% positive.
So look how she came down there and talk about how the hell y'all gonna sit there and pray to the Most High God if he don't give you an answer? That y'all gonna just go ahead and just turn the kingdom over to these wicked ass men? No. She went down there, got on their heads like as she's supposed to.
Wow.
She got on the leaders of Israel and got on their heads. How about, no, you don't do that. You don't go against the word of the Most High God. You don't go against the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it said in the book of Psalms, be patient and wait on the Most High God.
Mm-hmm.
And in trouble, be not hasty to make quick decisions. So therefore, she went down there and got their heads together. Like, look, don't do that. She did get a correction, and he's right.
Calm. Yeah, all praises, y'all. So yeah, real quick, let me put the banner up. All right. just to kind of show the information. If you want to join, is that here? Is that on here? I'm not even positive, right? But there is a academy coming up. Praise to the Most High. Priest is putting together an academy starting in January, right? It's going to run for 4 months. So you could definitely hit the email, right? Yep, it starts January 4th. Dang, hey man, I'm getting a little old. My eyes, I used to be able to read these small words. Unless it's just something I'm going through tonight, right? But January 4th is going to be the start of the academy, right? So you can definitely email the email on the ticker at the bottom. If you definitely, we definitely encourage you, to join. Hit that email, right, to get a lot of information on Paul, right, to understand his letters better. You know what I'm saying? So that you don't fall out the truth. Cash App information is there. And that's just for, any type of donations willing to support the ministry. No, it's not obligated. It's not an obligation that you, donate, but it definitely, does help. So the water in advance for that. Right. And then as far as Passover is concerned, that information is also on the ticker at the bottom. Right, we will be observing Passover April 1st in Newark, New Jersey. So if you are not a part of LOI and you want to keep Passover with us, hit the email up, right? So you can RSVP, so we'll know that you're coming, so we can make the correct provisions, right? So with that being said, you got anything you want to add before we get out of here?
Yeah, like I said, I just hope everybody's edified. And, as far as the Passover, I look forward to seeing everybody there. And I hope that we all do be there together. You know what I'm saying? I miss everybody. I love y'all. Peace, love, and blessings be multiplied to y'all homes. Shalom.
Shalom, y'all. Shalom.
This is a dedication. A little inspiration.
One day, when the war is won, victory will be yours.
Victory's gonna be ours.
It'll be yours. One day, when the kingdom comes, it'll be yours. It'll be yours. It's a long way up, and a short way down. Just don't let nobody come and take your crown.
Take your crown.
Trying to make it through the system, but the doors are locked. The Most High got you covered. You're gonna rise to the top.
We're gonna rise, y'all.
This battle will bring victory on with the greatest book in history. Jacob, you're great, it's no mystery. Yeah, yeah. You know this battle has just begun.
Battle's just
Jacob,
begun.
you're hated by everyone.
All
But
nations
just remember
hate us.
you're the chosen son. Yeah, yeah.
This song is such an inspiration. We get the kingdom though there's much tribulation. Every day I send my prayers up. I even read where Yahweh said he'd raise us up. He gave Abraham the covenants. On the shoulders of Christ will rest the governments. The forces the nations gotta bring to me. The world is ours, our gates open continually. Praise Yahweh cause he gave us life, and sacrifice the reward as you could reign with Christ. Yeah, it's true, the Father made us sons to get a crown, then endure until the Savior comes. In the sight of God, no man is justified. To be approved, I read that gold must be tried. In the end, we're the greatest folks in history. Malachi sing to them about our victory.
This battle will bring victory.
We gonna get the
on
victory.
The greatest book in history.
Bible's the
Jacob,
greatest
you're great,
book.
it's no mystery. Yeah, yeah. You know this battle has just begun.
Battle has
Jacob,
just
you're
begun.
hated by everyone. But just remember you're the chosen son. Yeah, yeah.
We give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High God, Yahweh, for giving Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob the covenants, and for choosing our nation. We appreciate that. Hope the song inspired you.